أهلا وسهلا فيكن and welcome to Kelna بالهوا Sawa episode 10.
Hey.
Tonight we're going to speak in English because our guest is one of the most special, most gifted people I have ever listened to and chatted with in my whole life. Today we have the man, the voice, which in my opinion should have won every single season, Davon Fleming!
Thank you.
Davon Fleming is an entertainer. He's a vocalist. He's a singer. He's a performer. He has been on The Voice. He reached the semi-final on The Voice and is now part of bigger things, including J-Hud Productions. We will talk about all that later on. Davon, how's it going, my man?
It's going pretty good, Pat. I'm so happy we finally got the chance to
have
this conversation. We've been trying to do it for so long, and I'm just excited.
You remember I was going to go to Germany to watch your show? You remember that? Oh my God. All my plans got canceled, by the way. I had to travel seven times. Everything got canceled because of COVID, which is shit. Yeah. So, first of all, Davon Fleming, where are you from? Where do you live right now? And how did everything related to music start in your life?
All right. So, legal name is Davon Fleming from Baltimore, Maryland, the U.S.
Okay.
AAA, still a resident of Baltimore, Maryland. And singing came into play literally all my life. I grew up in a musical family. I grew up born and raised in the church. So, you know, church is always the musical place where all the greats grew up and stuff like that. So, oh my God, I just got a text message from, oh my God, you won't believe what name just popped out across my phone.
Who?
You can't make this stuff up. Oh my God. All right. But anyway, I'll tell you about that later because that's exciting. Music came into play at church 3 years old. I was watching my mom sing in church. She's my hugest inspiration and vocally.
Okay.
I was watching my mom in church and like, you know, the Holy Spirit, I didn't know what it was called at the time, but the way she captivated the people, I was like, I don't know what that is, but I want it. And I want it now. So, you know, after a while, it kind of just happened. Music, I just ended up being the singer of the family. So music was always a special thing in my house. Okay.
That's perfect. And so you started at what age?
I was 3 years old.
Okay.
My mom said I was singing myself to sleep at night. So it was going to be something big.
You were singing yourself to slep? That's the first.
My mom always tells that story.
Okay, and then you moved to church singing at what age?
All my life, I never left church.
Okay, nice.
Before I was an R&B singer, I was singing gospel for 25 years.
Okay.
So before the show, I always assumed that I was going to be a gospel artist. But after the show, I mean, I've always loved singing different music, but sometimes there are a few restrictions when it comes to gospel music. I wouldn't be able to be as creative. Or, you know, the platform isn't always necessarily as big. So I made a decision that I just wanted to be a well-rounded artist and musician and sing wherever, you know, sing at church, sing at the jazz fest, sing at clubs. I just wanted to share my talent and my gift with the world.
And do you play any instruments?
I do not play, like, seriously. I can play one song on the piano and one song on guitar. But in my head, I think I'm amazing. So
is it the same song or two different songs?
The same song.
Which song is it?
It's something that I wrote. I can't even play nothing else that nobody.
Do you have a guitar or a keyboard next to you?
Not next to me. I used to teach and my kids broke it. And I've just been too cheap to get another one.
Okay. So, but next time you get one, you need to learn a second song.
Absolutely. I need to learn a few songs, Patrick. I need to learn.
Exactly.
Because I'm walking around with them. People just like, oh my God, you play. And I'm like, kinda. I just like walking around with it as an accessory. So,
yeah. So, the big story, you went to The Voice a couple of seasons ago. in my opinion, this was the most challenging and hardest season ever on The Voice. Do you agree on that?
I actually do agree. Although I've never been a test on the show, like just going through the process, crazy, man, crazy.
What's crazy about it?
Well, the whole process from even auditioning is crazy because I had literally just at the time I just came off tour in Italy and Switzerland, and I heard that they were doing auditions in my city. So I'm like, okay, I might as well just go. I mean, they're here. What's the worst that they could say?
Okay, so the live auditions were in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay. And how does that go?
Well, they went to this place called the Convention Center, and they had people lined up. It's of course thousands of people waiting to get in. But the audition process was the first round. There's like maybe 8 people in one room, and you get maybe 12 seconds to sing. So you had to
12 seconds, like a mini Vine.
Yeah, literally. You gotta wow them within that time, or like they're hoping to hear something special. So if they don't like you at the time, you're asked to leave. If they do like you, they'll ask you to stay and sing another song. And if they like you after that,
and what did you sing?
From my audition, I sung Amy Winehouse, me and Mr. Jones.
Oh.
The same song I sung on the show was always my audition.
Okay, perfect. And those 12 seconds, were they stressful? Did you stress? Because I know so many people I know don't stress when they go on stage. They've been on stages for years, and then whenever there's this audition, the cast and the team of The Voice make you stressed. Is that the same thing in the US?
Situation. I mean, I was a little bit nervous. Not really stressful, only because like what you guys don't see on the show is we're in LA for probably a year already before we're seen on TV. So the only thing I was thinking, like, man, I just hope I didn't waste a year of my life to not even get past the audition. And before you even see it,
there's a year before the blind auditions.
Yes, you have.
What do you do? How many stages?
It's too many freaking stages. Okay, so it's 3 beginning stages, and then they ask you to come to LA, and then during that time, people don't realize you're still in the audition process. So they invite the people that they chose from each city to bring them in. During that process, that you're still singing, you're still performing, filling out paperwork and stuff like that. But in my opinion, you're still under the microscope of seeing, like how you are as a person, as an artist. Are you going to work for the show? Are you going to work for this season? Like, are you fitting in with what we're going for? So after that year, before you get to the blind auditions, there's 150 of us. From that, they choose 100, and only 46 of us are seen on TV. So you have people who have been there the whole year and were never got the chance to audition on stage.
This is crazy.
So it's a crazy process because you literally don't know. So when I actually got my name called to go and actually do the blind auditions, I'm like, okay, I'm here. But now that I'm here after a year and some change, I'm praying that they actually turn around. Otherwise, it would have been like a pointless year for me.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is too much. Don't you think?
Yeah. It was a lot. I mean, but it's TV. So I had done a TV show before, but it wasn't as intense as this audition process. But my thing was, I'm not here looking for validation. I'm here to just have fun and share my gift with the world. I think
you showed us that during the audition. Damn, it was amazing. Okay, so I had this question and you answered it by yourself. Okay. So you reached the blind audition. On the day of the blind audition, how stressful were you? And did you know that you were going to pick Jennifer Hudson?
Oh, I was super stressful because I just didn't want to be embarrassed. I mean, up until that point, I'm like, nobody's seen me on TV. I haven't really told too many people I auditioned or whatever. So I'm like, this is the moment. Like, if I don't get chosen, I'm going to be embarrassed and sad and filled with emotions. But I got the turn within like less than 10 seconds. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I just got to make it through the song without fumbling. And to answer your other question, I always knew I was going to pick Jennifer. I knew once they said, I had heard that she was going to be the guest judge on that season. I'm like, this is perfect. We're in sync. Our voices are alike. This is the season. I felt like it was divine order. Like, it wasn't a coincidence I was supposed to audition that season.
Yeah, they just announced. You made what?
I made a vow that I would never do TV or any type of competition again because I had such a bad experience with my first one. But I ended up doing it. And
what was the first one?
Oh my God. It was a show. It was a gospel competition. It was a gospel competition called Sunday's Best. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. However, it wasn't anything that I thought it would be. It was a wake-up call that no matter what type of music you do, it's always a business first. It's an industry. So exactly. I learned that lesson the hard way. And so I had made a vow not to do any TV, not to do anything else. And I was a little bit heavier back when I did that first TV show. So, because it's TV and it's the world, you have to have a marketable look. And I was told I didn't have a quite marketable look at the time. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm ugly and they're not going to buy my music because I look this way. No. Fast forward a few years now, I look like this. And it's like,
okay. Who's laughing now, bitches?
Yeah, pretty much. Now, bitches. And I'm on the national television, highly syndicated TV show doing well. So it was the perfect smack in your face of success.
Yeah. They just announced Ariana Grande for next season.
I think that's going to be freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I think she's so deserving of it. It's befitting for her to do something like this. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, you went to the blind auditions and then you picked Jennifer Hudson. Did you expect that at any second she was going to ask to sing with her?
No. Never in my life. I mean, because as you know, Jennifer, she's fun, but she's so unpredictable. Like, she's a singer. We're alike in that way. Like, we go by feeling. So I don't care whose song it is. If you make me want to sing, I'm going to want to sing with you and sing the heart out. So when it happened, I was still like, I'm gonna pee on myself. I'm too excited. Too much. I said it was overwhelming, but in a good way. I'm like, okay, so I have 4 cheers turned in 10 seconds. That's one thing. And now Jennifer Hudson is singing with me. What is going on here? This is a dream. Like, this is crazy. But once it happened, I had already knew prior to, like, before I even hit that stage, I was like, I'm picking Jennifer. I feel like she's going to get my voice. She's going to understand it. And the best part was she had went through a competition similar to this one. So if anybody could give me great advice, I felt it would have been her because she's been in these specific shoes.
Okay. So you have crazy vocals, crazy skills, crazy tactics to reach our hearts with your voice. Did you have a little doubt that maybe people like the coaches won't turn, or you knew, okay, I know that that they will turn, and maybe your inner ego said, I know 4 of them will turn? Between us,
I was shitting bricks, Patrick.
Okay.
Because it's so unpredictable. I think had I not been there a whole year waiting, it would have been like, okay, maybe I got this. But at the time, honestly, I was nervous. Even if you look back at the video, and before the video starts, I'm kind of like looking around like, is the band ready? Okay. Are we about to do this? So here we go. But that's the thing about me. I'm always nervous. I think it makes you human. But whenever I start singing, by the time I hit that first line of the song, my nerves are slowly leaving. So it was nerve-wracking up until they turned. And then from there, it was just like, okay, more anxiety, get more nervous. Now you got to talk to the people, and now you have to pick a judge on national television. Everybody's watching you, and you never know, like, if people are gonna like you. Because my thing is, I've been the type of person where I'm never looking for validation. I've always been content and comfortable in who I am, as well as my gift. But in the back of my head, you just want a little bit of validation, like, because I've literally been singing since the age of 3. So I'm like, okay, there's no way that I could be singing my whole life and this moment not be for me. I just know I'm supposed to be singing somewhere. I can't see myself doing anything else.
My brother went to The Voice France, and my mom went to The Voice Seniors Arabia, which was in Lebanon.
How was it?
My brother got to the knockout rounds. It was crazy good. It was super, super nice. My mom, they didn't turn for her, but her video has the most views out of all the people that continued the competition. and they didn't
Are you
turn for her.
serious?
Yeah, it's crazy because she is an amazing singer. Like all the news outlets were talking about how the hell didn't they turn and make this person win the show since day one. It was crazy.
A lot of times shows like that, like they let a lot of great singers go, and I think in some cases they're I'm guessing they're hoping that they can have somebody that they can kind of like build and cultivate along the way, because there are some singers who are just freaking amazing just coming, and they may or may not feel like, well, you know, they've already got it. What can we do? But don't think about it like that. It's still an opportunity for somebody out, and you never know what the person is risked to be in that position at that time.
Yeah.
What are you trying to? What are you under? That's the question.
That's the question. I am not sure yet God's plan, but if I plan, this is something I didn't ever say to anyone but my family and my girlfriend. I'm going to go to your show. That's the plan. People don't know this, so if they hear this podcast, now they know.
Oh, I'm on my live on my phone, so they're gonna hear it. Look,
that's perfect.
Hear this.
Yeah.
And guys, make sure you support my friend Patrick when he goes. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the plan, because I know I'm ready a couple of years back, but you can always get better and better and better and learn more. And I'm a vocal coach, so I now know what the people want, what the coaches want, and how to deliver what I want to deliver.
Yes.
It's just the time.
Those are so, but people don't understand everything you just said are the important things. You have to understand that you're singing for you, but you have to cater to the audience, to the judges, to everybody in a sense, because everybody has their own opinion and their own interpretation of what you're doing. So absolutely.
Exactly. So I was talking about my brother and my mom, because for my brother, when he went to the show, he had like zero contact with the coaches. Like he saw his coach on the battle 10 minutes. So during your run on The Voice, was there continuous contact with your coach even before the live shows? And did you have contact with any of the other coaches?
Okay, so now I can say it. Now that I'm out, not on the show, the show's over. We weren't supposed to have as much conversations as Jennifer and I did, but we were sneaking and having conversations. So literally, Billy, what your brother said is correct. Like a lot of times with the judges, you only see them in your rehearsals, and that's just your TV rehearsal. And you see them like on stage. If you see them afterwards, it's usually
cheating.
Or if they're like, but some people, if they were close enough and you had like a connection with your judge, like, I can't speak for everybody else, but I knew for me that I had a connection with this lady. So yeah, slowly but surely we were sneaking, and then it became okay. So I'm like, okay, great. But we've been talking the whole time. So, but it was just more so of us literally getting to know each other. Of course, musically, but as well as her understanding, why I sung the way I sung, and, just trying to really get to know me. And that's the part that I can really appreciate, because these judges don't have to take time to get to know you. Initially, they're there to get a check and get paid, but, it was nice that she took the time to.
So many people say there's a problem with The Voice. The problem is the show is made to make the judges bigger. Do you agree on that or no?
I don't know if I would say it's there to make the judges bigger. I mean, their checks are huge. If anything, it makes people want to watch the show. And when people don't understand, the judge with any shows like this, the judges are there just for the look of the show. But when it comes to TV, producers and production are making the bulk of the decisions. So the picture is painted like the judges are making these decisions, and then no, they're not. Not always. They make decisions up until a certain point, but after a while, production, TV, they have to make sure they're having good ratings, and they have to make well on their investment. That means doing politics, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like, if you're not familiar with TV shows or the industry, period, there are a lot of politics in the industry. So understand that before going into it, because before I actually got into it, when I did the gospel show, I thought it was I don't know. I thought it was sunshine and rainbows, and that's so not the case. It's definitely a business, so you have to be strong enough to endure a lot in this business.
Yeah. How did it feel when they announced that you weren't going to the final?
Believe it or not, I knew I wasn't going to the final.
Why?
Because it's nothing bad against The Voice, because I love the people at The Voice, but I can be honest about it. So when we did the show, when we got down to that, we did teams. I was on a team with Simpson, and we did the teams. So there were 8 of us and one person from each team. 4 teams and one person from each team was going to be chosen. Unfortunately, that season, The Voice, they wasn't they didn't think all through about the timing of it, because it was Christmas time and a lot of stuff was happening. So the 4 people, we wasn't supposed to know who the four were chosen, who the finalists were up until a certain point. But the one person from each group have recorded their finale performance. So it makes sense. If the person from each group is performing their finale performance prior to, we kind of know that we're not getting chosen. Now, this was before anything, so we didn't have a chance to do anything. So because of that, and I knew what happened prior to, I know that as opposed to being contestants, we're more of a cast. So the
votes don't matter
after a certain point. No. After a certain point, no. I remember that's what go back to saying the production and producers start to make the decisions after they do ratings and see, who people are catering to more, or who's going to be great for this season, or if we haven't had a winner like this or something like that. They start moving things. So if you remember it from my actual performances, I had an orchestra like four different times. Whereas though other people had fire and all this other stuff. So even that plays a role. With me, okay, we know Davon's going to give great vocals, but, for the people who may not be as musically inclined, we're going to give him the same set. So it's not as interesting as somebody else. But realistically, because I'm giving you amazing vocals, you have no choice but to keep me.
Exactly.
And that was a blessing.
So did you choose all your songs?
Nope.
I was seeing, like, at first when the blinds were up, my brother and we watched every single show, and my brother was like, "This is him. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy." Just from the blind audition. And I was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait for him to perform on the finale. I want to know what song he wants to end with." But then throughout the top 11, top 10, I was seeing that they were giving you like just the hardest songs in the world. Go on, Devon, go do them. Don't you see that?
I think some of it may have been a go, Devon, go do that. And then some of it may have been like, let's hope let's see what's going to happen. If he does fumble on these big ballads, female songs, it will give us a reason to kind of like, we'll know where to place him. But because, I think I did, I surpassed their expectations when it came to the female songs.
By far.
You can't send me home after this. You can't send me home after this. Yeah. I literally fought for my position, but there were others on the competition who were amazing, who unfortunately didn't get the chance to stay as long. But even though I got eliminated, I was there the whole show. I even still performed on the finale. So for me, it was a win-win. It was unfortunate because I'm like, damn, I bust my ass and I deserve a spot. However, I met amazing people. I networked. I have a great opportunities. At the time, I didn't know Jennifer was going to have me, working with her. But I'm like, okay, so it's not that bad. I can take everything I learned here. And before I got here, I was already an international singing sensation. So this didn't validate anything. I used the platform to benefit me. And most people don't understand that, like, winning. Now, I never wanted to win. I never wanted to win only because I didn't want to get locked into a specific contract. But what I did want to do, I wanted to make top 4 because I bust my ass and I felt like I deserved to be in top 4.
Yeah. Do you have a contract after you leave?
Mine was only for a year, but with their contract, which is you can do anything except for another singing competition, which is amazing. Now, I will say NBC, although it's a TV show and they have to do certain things for ratings, they were amazing when it came down to teaching you the business. They were amazing with paying you, because we got paid amazingly for everything we did, from the Toyota commercial to the book Pitch Perfect music video to being on the actual show. So they took care of you and making sure you understood everything, simply because I think, and they had integrity. NBC had integrity. And I can't say a lot of television shows have that. You come in having understanding that they have to make certain moves because it's television, but they did have integrity with making sure that they taught us as much as we could possibly learn, so that when we left, we could do whatever we want to do.
Yeah. So on the show, before going to other shows, on the show, what was your favorite performance? And I'm going to tell you mine. Mine has 119K views. 100K are from me, I think. So, what's your favorite performance?
I think I'm torn between I Am Changing and Gravity. Yeah. I think, yeah. And I think I'm Changing, definitely, I don't know. It was something weird that night. The energy was weird that night. It was like I was flying and I watched
I am going to describe your performance of I Am Changing. My girlfriend is right here. You can ask her how many times. He's telling you hi. Hi.
Hey.
You can ask her how many times per day I play that song.
Oh my God.
From when you did it. Because every time I watch it, I just say, this is the classiest, most professional, amazing vocals performance I have ever seen. Ever. No. I'm serious. Like, I have some performances that I love, my favorite Blind Audition, but this one is the classiest performance I've ever watched in my life. It was flawless. And I can only imagine.
Oh, you like that?
I was watching that live. It was amazing. You know, there's a huge time difference. Like, we watch your show at 4 a.m.
I was about to say that, yeah.
It was crazy. But I can only I Am Changing. Oh my God, it's crazy. Before we continue, do you want to sing something?
Sure. What do you want me to sing?
Maybe Gravity, and we can maybe sing each one apart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wish I had another speaker to pull up this instrumental, but I don't.
We can do it a cappella.
Okay, so we're gonna start off.
Go.
Gravity is working against me, and gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, I never know what makes this man with all the love that his heart can stand, dream of ways to throw it all away. Oh, no, gravity. Where you want to take it at? You know, my
it's working against me. Gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, twice as much and twice as good. I can't sustain like one half could. It's one and more. I'm gonna send him to my knees. Yeah, gravity.
Yes, but gravity
wants to bring me down.
Woo!
Yeah.
Patrick, you are not going to show me out in front of all of these people. They're on my live talking about, he can sing. Yes, Patrick can sing. He's showing me out. And you won't believe what time it is, his time, and he's singing this amazing this early in the morning.
Thank you. So, if you had to choose your top 5, excluding you from the competition.
Yeah.
No need to rank them if you don't want, because I know they're all your friends.
Yeah, I love everybody. That's okay. I'm gonna name 5 people that, you know, I feel like, you know, could have been top 5. All right. And I will say, I do love everybody. Now, the contestants on the show did not make it seem like a competition. We genuinely liked each other. We genuinely, of course, you had people that were closer, but nobody made me feel uncomfortable or, was treating it like sabotage. I didn't feel any of that. But my top 5, this is so biased because I love them. Now, we talking about, you're talking about vocally, right?
Vocally.
Okay, vocally from that season and no ranking. Janice Freeman.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Keisha Renee.
Yeah.
Addison.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got Janice, Keisha, Addison. Who else? Top 5. Not myself. Who else that just did it for me? You said not me. Okay, who else? Oh my God. Brooke. I want to say Brooke because Brooke was amazing. I'm trying to think of a guy though.
Chris.
Oh, Chris Weaver. That's my baby. Like that. He should have been like freaking up there. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so that's my 5. Keisha, Janice, Chris, Brooke, Addison. Those are my top 5 for me.
Yeah.
I feel like Noah was amazing though.
Yeah.
We like that season we had some amazing freaking singers. It was really hard. Like after a certain point, it get to like, what the hell are we gonna do? Because everybody's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you watch any other The Voice? Last season on The Voice Australia was if you didn't watch that, you need to. Everybody's a winner. Crazy.
Really?
Like, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. How's it working for J-Hud?
It's amazing. What you see is what you get. And a lot of times you don't know because when it comes to celebrity or public figures, they only show us what they want us to see when it comes to TV. So of course, everybody's nice and stuff on TV, but she's actually like that in real life. So it was amazing. After the show, we stayed in contact. The night I got eliminated, she flew me out to Chicago the next day to come sing at her annual Christmas event.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, something's happening here. And then I flew back and did the finale with Jessie J. But right after that, we always stayed in contact. I ended up coming to some shows. She invited me to a few shows. And I went out there just as a friend, and still as a mentee. And at some point, I just started singing. I literally just started. I found myself in the background, started singing. One night, I was asked to sing, and I've been singing ever since.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what do you think of Jessie J?
I fucking love her. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I fucking love her.
If you want to rate her over 10?
Fucking 20, 100.
Exactly.
100,
I think she is a human piano. And
I don't think she gets enough credit as much.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
She
get the
is
credit.
extremely underrated. Extrememely underrated.
I agree.
No way.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
And I'm so happy she went to the competition in China.
Yes. It
Destruction.
So befitting.
Yeah.
Every time I open my mouth, I literally get goosebumps. And a lot of singers don't do that for me, but it's certain singers that just makes me feel it. And she's definitely one of those singers. So meeting her, and let me tell you really quick about the finale, like having to do the audition with her. So at the point when I got eliminated, I told you I knew I was getting eliminated. So because I knew it, I had took advantage of that opportunity and said, okay, because I know I'm getting eliminated, I'm going to pick my song this last episode. So I chose Gravity. I'm going to pick what I want to wear. And they wanted me to come do the finale. By that point, my contract was up, so I didn't necessarily, I didn't necessarily have to do the finale. But I'm like, Devon, don't be in your feelings. Take advantage of this opportunity because they want you on the show. Just tell them how you want to do it. I said, okay, so I don't mind doing the finale, but I have just one request. I need to perform with someone of substance. Because, everybody had, at least a few people, Keisha and whoever was on her team, they had to do a performance with somebody else. I think Rascal Flatts.
Yeah.
I did a solo performance with Jessie J. She did, the performance with Chris Weaver and his friends. But as far as negotiating, I negotiated a finale performance of us doing her single at the time, which was Not My Ex. And that was the first time she ever performed it on TV, was with me. So I was pretty much cool about that. Rehearsal was great.
Better than winning 100 times.
I'm like, okay, I may not have won, but I've been here long enough to know how this is working. So listen, you're not gonna. I wasn't gonna be a bitch or nothing, but I just straight up told them, business wise, if you guys want me to finale, this is what needs to be done. Yeah. Wow. And after you get eliminated from shows, they want to take you to the therapist and just to make sure, the psychiatrist, to make sure that you're okay mentally, that you got eliminated.
Oh, that's a great move.
It's a great move because a lot of people give up their homes or whatever and they risk a lot. Oh. So, it can mess with you mentally. But my thing was,
this doesn't exist anywhere. Doesn't exist. France in Lebanon doesn't exist. Wow.
At all. I cried for like 10 seconds. And then when they took me, they were like, well, we want you to speak to the therapist. I said, no, I'm actually okay. My only question would be this. I pulled them to the side. I said, well, listen, you guys were super sloppy about handling that top 4, right? Because you had them previously pre-record their performance. Okay, I said, because of that, I'm gonna need somebody of substance to sing it. If you want me in this finale, I won't be. I love you guys because everybody was so sweet. But I said, business-wise, there's no way I'm gonna be on the finale singing in a group or with something else. Now, when I'm the last original member from Team J Hud, I'm the last African-American male on the show. I bust my ass. And at that point, a lot of people who were left had agents and everything. I didn't have no agents. I went to an open audition. I didn't have nothing handed to me. That's the only reason why I felt like I should have at least made top 4. But everything worked out how it was supposed to work out. From there, I was traveling crazy. I came back home, got the keys to the city, started a performing arts program here, and was still traveling, singing with Jennifer and working on my own.
What's the keys to the city? I never understood that.
Oh, the keys to the city. You want to see them?
Yeah.
I keep them here. It's
like you can open the city by your...
That's what I thought, Patrick. When I asked the mayor came, met me at the airport with a parade. And I was like, okay, so do I get to eat for free with this key? Do I get discount? What did happen? Do I shop for free? She said, no, it's mostly just it's one of the highest recognitions that your city can give you. So here's my key to the city.
Whoa! Amazing! Hey! It's a huge ass key.
That's why I just knew it. I'm like, what the hell does this do? I know this do something.
The doors to heaven.
And it doesn't do anything, but it's an honor.
Yeah.
I have it set up here with all of the trophies and awards and stuff.
Yeah. So, you said last time you were on TV before this that it was going to be your last time. Is it your last time on a competition?
It's a singing competition. I want to say yes. But as far
don't you want to go something like there's this competition which has people who went to competitions going back to
really?
Them. The 4.
That's a new show?
No.
Oh, the 4. I thought that was canceled.
They didn't do the season 3 yet. It's canceled completely.
Oh, I'm not sure. The only thing with that show that I didn't like was somebody can literally come in and take your spot.
At the last spot.
Season 1, although the winner, she was amazing. Evie, I think was her name.
Yeah.
She came late in the competition. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough time to really create a fan base because people didn't have the time to watch you for weeks.
But they market you well. They market you well when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
But
which a lot of shows don't do.
Yeah. But what's nice about the competition is that if you come in early, you got to be so strong to stay at the end. And if you come in late, you got to challenge the strongest people. That's what's,
That's my thing. I think I would rather come in late and be a wow factor.
Yeah. There's Jason Warrior who went there. You remember him from The Voice? And then now he's in American Idol.
Yes, I was just gonna say Jason does a lot of TV shows. I don't want to do that with the TV shows.
Yeah.
Only because I ended on such a high level with The Voice as a semifinalist. I always think, what if I go back and do another show and end up leaving the first episode? No. That's people are gonna forget about all the success I had on The Voice because I'm back and I just flop on another show. And because it's TV, that doesn't necessarily mean I did bad, but because they're always looking for something specific, I may not know what they're looking for, but to people who don't know how TV works, it's going to look like, oh my God, Davon lost it. He doesn't have it anymore. So I'm not doing that. But I have been doing TV, a lot of acting, podcasts, and expanding the brand into other things. Perfect. But if it's another competition, it better be amazing. Like I have to know that or think that I'm going to be there a while.
Do you have any tips or tricks for anyone who's joining The Voice, doing The Voice, or is a singer overall?
Some advice I would give. If you're doing The Voice, I'll give 2 sets of advice. If you're doing The Voice and if you're just singing. If you're doing The Voice, be authentically yourself. The world and the judges can always spot someone that's not being themselves. And it's your authenticity that makes you different and makes you special. Be aware, be cautious, and network. Take advantage of the opportunity. Live in the moment and enjoy it. Don't be worried about other people. If you're gonna go home, whatever is supposed to happen, whatever's for you is gonna be meant for you. So with competition like that, know who you are as well, too, because I've seen some people enter the competition one way and leave completely different people, and not for the good. So have a solid foundation. Know who you are. Be authentically yourself. Song selection is key. And understanding that it's more than just, unfortunately, it's more than just about your voice. You have to have a look. These are the bad things that we don't want to hear, but this is the truth. And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want anybody to go on to have these experiences and don't feel like they didn't know everything. So just look your best. Present yourself the way you want the world to see you. And if you don't make it, it's okay, because you're not looking for validation. You know who you are. You know that you're amazing. Even if you are the best singer, they don't let some of the best singers pass. So don't let that shake you up. Just continue to be great and live your dream, or whatever it is that you want to do or aspiring to do. Do that. That's the advice I have if you're going to The Voice. If you're just a singer, still be authentically yourself. Enjoy what it is that you do, because after a while, being in the industry, the business side makes you not enjoy it as much. So if you're a singer and this is something that you want to do, really study the business. Make sure that it's something that you can handle. But in all actuality, just have fun. Make it you. And my focus has always been creating a lane for myself. There aren't a lot of guys, male singers, that sound like me or do what I do. So my focus is not trying to be a part of a crowd or be with the in crowd, but just create a lane for myself.
Amazing. What's next for Davon?
Everything. If I can help it. I just wish COVID is making it super duper hard to do a lot of stuff that I want to do. But surprisingly, during COVID, I'm putting out an album. So I put out
I'm seeing that.
And I've just released the first single of the project called Reach Your Heart. So guys, make sure you go on all music outlets and get that. I'm finishing up the album. We're doing some work with a few television shows, not competitions. I haven't even gone public about that yet, but staying quiet. I don't really say too much and stuff until the contracts are signed, and I know what's happening because I don't want to jinx anything. But a lot of podcasts, interviews and stuff like that. My main focus during the pandemic has just been to expand my brand as much as I can. People already know that I sing. They already know that's going to be there, but I want to showcase all of me in this capacity. So I'm just trying to stay focused and stay current. Yeah.
Davon, that's it.
Thank you, Patrick.
I fucking love this episode.
No, I fucking love you, man.
I was waiting for this one since the beginning. I was like, I'm getting Davon on an episode on my podcast. Amazing story, amazing person. You have a crazy character, super funny. I wish you the best, and everything you do, everything related to Davon is going to be in the description. I wish you really the best. Whenever I go to The Voice, the US, I'm going to see you over there.
Oh, yes. I need to know about you going before you even go. I want to support you in full capacity.
Perfect.
And before we leave, I just have to let everybody know, I have to publicly say thank you to Patrick for always supporting me. And you're not just a person who supports me in private, like you support me publicly. And I appreciate you. And it's always amazing to get love from people in other countries, because it shows me that, I am being effective.
Yeah.
In some places in my city. So thank you for the love and the support that you always give me. It's really amazing. It's always a joy talking to you. Most welcome. We have to do this again.
Yeah. Most welcome, man. Guys, if you're still listening to this and you want to listen to other podcasts, they are going to be on YouTube, just like this, and Rami in Lebanon, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts everywhere in the world. If you see my face here, just click it and there's a subscribe button. There's a little bell. You'll get a notification whenever I post a new video. It's going to be every Saturday. It was an amazing episode. That's it. I'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
That's a great ending. See you.